Now we are with Mauro Gaspari from Canonical, and thanks to him, to his company, we have part of the venue working today, and the contribution has been a big thing in open source code. So, hello Mauro, how are you?
Hi, Harmy. I'm doing great.
Could you introduce yourself briefly? What do you do? What are your hobbies?
Yes, not briefly, but I can. My name is Mauro. I'm Italian. I work for Canonical in the community team. I lived in Taiwan for almost 20 years, and I recently moved, and now I live in Switzerland. So I've been around. And for Canonical, I make sure that the Ubuntu community has all that it needs to grow and prosper. And I also have a big part in organizing events and contributing to awesome events around the world and make sure that Ubuntu is well represented and the attendees have engaging content from the orange side of Linux.
Nice. And how long have you been working in Canonical?
3 years.
3 years. And
just this month.
So when you were in Taiwan, it wasn't for Canonical. What was it?
1 year, yes, good question. 1 year in Taiwan, and then I moved to Switzerland as I already was working for Canonical.
Were you always in open source?
Yes, for hobby, for work, for obvious reasons. It was not very easy to find jobs in open source, especially in Asia. But I would sneak as much open source products that I could at my consulting firm and the clients that we had. And by sneaking, I'm saying in the proper way, but I would advocate for as much open source, especially in the backend where I couldn't replace the Windows laptops. Nobody would have gone with that, but servers, nobody cared really, as long as it worked. So there was a lot of firewalls, web servers, and let's say backend technology that I was able to bring into companies that didn't even know what open source meant.
Wow.
And my free time was contributing to projects, documentation, advocacy. I'm not a big developer. It's not my thing. So I lended my hand with communications, documentation, advocacy, and organization. As I used to be a country manager, I started contributing to the finances for Ubuntu Budgie. That's how I got in. They were looking for help, and that's how I got more into the Ubuntu world in the recent years.
And not being a programmer, may I ask you which is your programming language, the one that your favorite?
Ooh, I don't know. At home, we speak a complete mess of a mix of Italian, Chinese, and English.
No, but programming?
Primer as it doesn't matter.
Okay,
It depends on the context. Yeah,
great.
I would say English. Just for work is all in English. So
Okay. How does free software contribute? How does your company contribute deeply in to open source? Because we know that Ubuntu is part of the open source community, but in the deep way, what else Canonical brings to the open source market rather than Ubuntu?
So there are many projects that are led and let's say primarily sponsored by Canonical, where we have, let's say, staff that are paid to develop these projects, but all of them are open source. Most of these projects that you see and you use are open source. For example, we have LXD that you use for virtualization and containers. We have ROCs, which are more like Docker / OCI compliant images. We do Kubernetes. We have multipass. There's, of course, Ubuntu Desktop, Ubuntu Server, snaps. All these technologies are open source. If you want to build a snap, you can. There are tutorials, there are documentation. So I think that the contribution that we do goes beyond making a GitHub repo accessible and good luck. We try to create pathways for contributors to actually understand what it means, how it works, how you build your first snap, rock, Juju charm, and Lexi container, and then the sky's the limit. And that's also why we are here. We have a sizable team here of people doing workshops, which is a great opportunity for us to do it live with an audience. We're teaching these skills.
Yeah.
We're gifting these skills, and at the same time, we're collecting feedback on where shall we improve the way that we teach these skills.
I understand. And but you're not here only as Canonical Ubuntu, but also there is a UbuCon happening in your stand. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes. The community team at Canonical wanted to do more UbuCon events. In the past few years, the members of the community have done a little bit less. And one of the reasons was because it's a lot of work to, I think, you know, today, right? You're still alive. It's a lot of work. Some people are extremely ambitious, and basically they put themselves into a very difficult position of trying to do it always bigger, better until they can't do it. And then they stop doing those. So primarily Aaron Prisk and myself, we wanted to create a scalable way that would allow community people to do events in a sustainable and joyful way. So by partnering with existing events like OpenSouthCode, who are already established, already have an audience, especially it's not an Ubuntu audience, even better, we can do a great event without having to onboard 100% of the organizational work on us. And I think that it's a beautiful dynamic here. If done right, we can help you, you can help us.
Yeah.
And I think that's the way forward if we want to create more and more UbuCon events around
Yeah,
the
it's
world.
very known that Canonical is dominating the open source market. In my opinion, is I don't know when Ubuntu came to the market in 2006, maybe 2005,
2004.
2004. They were selling, giving you were asking for
The
CDs,
CDs.
and you were getting CDs like a bunch of CDs, and you could give on your dogs and things like that. That was a nice moment, nice start.
We want to keep things fun and appealing. I don't think that you should, only because you're an event organizer, that shouldn't make your life miserable. It should be a fun thing.
Yeah.
And it's okay to do it this way. If it allows you to do the thing that you like the most, then you will do it more.
Yeah, with passion.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you explain what you do daily in NetWith? Daily, not daily,
On a regular basis?
To prepare a congress like this or any congress, I have been on a couple of yours, it doesn't something that cannot be done in one day. So can you briefly, I know that you're Italian, can you briefly explain what do you do?
Specifically for the conference organization or in general?
About the congress. I mean, first about the congress, because I know that is your biggest part of the work.
Yes.
At Canonical.
Yes.
And then about the rest of the time in there.
So first we plan for the following year. We have a budget, as everyone does, and we want to make sure that we spend it in the best, most open, compatible way. So we look at the conferences, the external conferences, and we decide which one we want to contribute to. We establish the budget and we reach out to the organizers, and then we start, as we have an agreement, we start engaging internally at Canonical to spotlight the correct teams to bring the most compatible content for the specific event. We can't just copy paste and then bring things that people don't care to run conference. So that's a little bit of brainstorming. And we do the same with people from the Ubuntu community. We always want to have a blend of Canonical staff and Ubuntu volunteers. So we try to find the correct team composition for that particular event. And then we start organizing that. We have teams of people who help organizing the flights, the sponsorship, and all the logistics, the merchandise, the booth, and then there's all the discussions with the organizers that we do. We also engage with our social media team and the communications team. We write blogs, we post on social media. We want to make sure that we are not overwhelmed with the moment. When it's gone, if you didn't capture it, you're not getting it back.
Yes.
So we also try to be very conscious of capturing all these beautiful moments so that the content team can create videos and posts and let everyone know about this, beautiful relationship that we have, and maybe next year they'll come.
So your work doesn't finish when the Congress finish.
No,
You
no.
still have to bring it to the rest of the people, to media.
I think that is
Make sure.
1/3 of the work is done after. So 2/3 before and during, and after there's still if you do nothing after, I'm not entirely sure if you're getting all the value that you could.
Right. In your opinion, what's the best way to contribute into open source projects?
Ubuntu.
Contributing to Ubuntu, you mean?
Yes, contributing to Ubuntu and all the canonical open source projects is a beautiful opportunity for everyone. And I'll give you one single reason. There are many more, but you shared briefly. The Ubuntu community is absolutely welcoming, passionate, and kind. And there's no such thing as a perfect software, but the environment where you contribute makes it more appealing and more joyful. And so come to the orange side of Linux and stay with us, and it will be a beautiful journey.
Great. Talking about the projects in general, can you tell us what is a loco? Because loco in Spanish, I don't know in Italian, but loco is like crazy in Spanish.
I know. I'm not entirely sure if when it was created, it was intentional. Maybe it's a little bit playful. So when you ask, "Are you a loco?"
Yeah.
People might say, "Wait, what?" Local community. So that's a playful way of saying this. We want to encourage more people to meet and speak about the things that they share in common. Ubuntu Loco doesn't have to be exclusively about Ubuntu and nothing else, but people can get together, 2 people, 5 people, 100 people, it doesn't matter. Get together, talk about the things you like, discuss what's going on in the world of Ubuntu, comment, bring constructive criticism, and we don't want to force a quota of anything. Just do what you like and as much as you like in a sustainable way. I think is a key to success. And we are encouraging these local communities to let other people know what they're doing so that they can also excite other people and pick it up. And so again, social media and discourse posts are extremely welcome. Otherwise, nobody knows what is
So
doing.
may I say like a loco is like anybody can become a loco.
Yes,
I myself
absolutely.
bring him to Malaga. Because I think that one of the things is that people don't understand that anybody can start building a loco, and there is nothing else to do. A Canonical will help on that and will provide maybe the platform and the
Yes.
structures that you need to build the loco and to support it. And but you don't need anybody from Canonical, right?
You don't.
To build up.
We can provide guidance if some people, let's say, maybe they are inexperienced in this. They have the passion, but they're like, I don't know what to do. Then we can help them with some guidance. But we want as many locals as people want to have. And we recently changed the structure where you don't have to go and ask the previous Spanish local community leader if you can do your own, because if I have one in Madrid, what doesn't matter for you in here? So you can just go to the local council and say, I want a loco in Malaga, and there you go. And you can get started as you wish. And then we will bring you into the local worldwide community where all the leaders speak, and then you can get ideas, you can interact with others, you can give your ideas to other people.
And you are giving also, as I know, to locals, you provide with Ubuntu Pro. Can you tell us what is it?
Ubuntu Pro is actually free for everyone. Anyone can sign up for Ubuntu Pro with just an email account, up to 5 devices concurrently. So Ubuntu Pro that you can get will give you the biggest feature is ESM, which is basically enhanced security patches where canonical security team, like people that are paid, they go to the Ubuntu archives that are in the universe, so not the core archives that are maintained. It's more the universe of free software. There's software there, and it's best effort maintained by the community. Now we have people on staff who spend their time looking for vulnerabilities on those software and patch them and fix them, even if it's honestly not mandatory at all for us to do. We think it's the right thing to do, so we contribute a lot more, and you can get those through ESM. You can also get live patching and other features, but that is actually, that's a perfect question because there's a lot of misconceptions around this. Some people think, oh, you lock security patches away from everyone. That's the opposite.
Yeah.
We are doing work that nobody has ever done, and it's not really in
Myself.
the main duties of Ubuntu. And we do it on top of that,
Yes.
and you can get it for free.
And
So we're not taking anything away, we're actually giving more.
And it takes short time. I mean, I have contributed to some open source software and landscape especially. And I think that it doesn't take too long when you push the changes and updates until you get to the mainstream. I wanted to ask you also, we have met in Riga, we met in Netherlands, and now we're meeting in Malaga, and you travel so much because of the sprints that you have in Canonical. How is it going today in Malaga?
I love it. I was a little bit, no, I was a little bit worried about hot country having everywhere super freezing ice air conditioning to compensate, and you don't, and I love it. It's good vibe. I like the event. I've not seen much of the city because I arrived last night. I plan to. I think it's extremely smart to do such a large event in this part of the world in this time of the year, where there's people that can two birds, one stone. Somebody can squeeze in an extra holiday in a beautiful place as they contribute to open source. It makes sense. Why not?
Okay, and now my final question. Can you provide us a little detail about your childhood? I mean, maybe a favorite toy, or what did you like to break often, or did you were eating well, or you were banging the table? Yeah.
So when I was less than 1 year old, my family already knew what they were dealing with. So my father looked at me and he gave me my nickname, which I still carry in my launchpad and matrix and everywhere, which is Il Vipero, which means the viper, but it's spelled wrong on purpose. Viper is a female gender word in Italian. So it's in a male gender because I'm male, and it's spelled wrong and it's done on purpose because it's funny. And that's because I was terrible, breaking everything and with an inexhaustible amount of energy all the time. And they would tell me that I'm the Vipero, or that I'm running around all the time, like if somebody lit me on fire and I'm trying to put off the fire. So that's the story. And some people were, from my family, were hoping that with age, things would, slow down a little bit. And sorry, no. it's not. So I still have that level of on fire energy.
Nice. There's a game, card game named Exploding Kitten. Probably you know.
Yes, I
So
have it.
You were from the Exploding Kids, right? Okay. So thank you very much for being here today, for all your the huge contribution that you're making to this Congress, not only in being here, but also in the media, social media that you're doing. So thank you very much for everything, and hope to see you and enjoy the rest of the day with us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Have a good day.
You're welcome.